Comparing Sage 200 stock transfers in comparison to Sicon transfers. So within the stock control stock list, we've found our item and we're performing a transfer stock. We're selecting the warehouse that we're transferring the stock from, and the quantity, and the location, the warehouse that we're transferring the stock to. We can enter a reference if we wish, the date of the transfer and the second reference. Selecting save instantly moves the stock. In reality, the warehouses might be hundreds of miles apart, may take days to deliver, but in Sage 200 the stock is just instantly moved. If we view the history, we can see there's an instant move in and out on the same day, and there's no paperwork to accompany the stock transfer that would have to be manually created. So let's compare that to Sicon transfers. So if we go into works order processing, utilities and stock transfers, I'd usually move that into a place on the menu that's potentially within stock control, adjustments and stock transfer management, something like that. So in here, if we clicked on search, it would show us all outstanding transfers, so everything that hasn't yet been received into a warehouse. I'm going to go and create a new transfer. We're going to give it a description. So, replenishment. So deliver to warehouse. So we have got a default warehouse where we're transferring stock from, but we can easily change that. I'm happy with stores. I'm going to be dispatching that on Monday, and I'm going to be dispatching that to our factory warehouse. We can see the requested date, so let's say that it takes a day to arrive. We can add the special instructions in here if we wish, which can be displayed on the documentation. I've enabled courier selection as well, so I have got the option to select which courier that's going on, and I've also enabled the delivery codes, so I could select a delivery code. You don't have to have couriers or delivery codes. We could also select we're delivering to multiple warehouses, and we can also set priorities. Let's go and add some items onto our stock transfers. So rather than just being a single stock transfer, single line stock transfer, we could have multiple lines on the transfer. So I'm going to go and select my item, and I can see how much free stock I have within my store's location. I could enable bin selection as well, so I could select the bin, so that would be an additional column available here. I can add a reference. We can see we've got 80 free stock, and we're going to move 15 of that. I could force the allocation here, so I could allocate the stock as I'm entering the stock transfer, or I could leave that till a later time. I'm going to add another item as well. And add a quantity of that item. Again, I could force the allocation. If I allocated there, I could then go and print a picking list. I'm just going to go and save. So you can see here we've got our transfer. So this is essentially the header of the transfer, and then we can see the items below. So we can see the status is new because it's not yet at an allocation or a picking stage or a dispatch stage or received. So let's go and allocate our stock. So we're selecting a line, select and allocate. So we can see it's successfully allocated, and we can see the allocation quantities on the right hand side. The next stage would be to print a picking list. So this could then be sent out to stores. If we have got the barcode in a warehousing application, we can pick on the devices. We can see the warehouse and the bin location, we can see the transfers, and we can see the delivery address here. All of this can be amended as well, so this is just standard Sage Report Designer. We can get the picker to sign here, date, time, and a tick to say that it's been picked. Let's close that off. So we go over here, we can see the status is at a picking stage. Let's go and dispatch our items. So we're just going to select dispatch. We don't have to dispatch the full quantity. Let's go and dispatch, and we could see there was a dispatch date there as well. So now we have got a dispatch note number 3. So we can see the items on the dispatch. the reference, the quantity, delivery address, and again we've got some fields here to sign. Let's close off here. We can see the status has now moved across to dispatched, so potentially the other warehouse would then notify you, or they would have Sage themselves, and then they would receive in that stock transfer. That might be a day later, a week later. Let's go and select receive. So currently the stock is held in a transit warehouse. So if I just go and view my balances, so this warehouse didn't exist against this item until we created that stock transfer. When we create the stock transfer, it will add that warehouse to that stock item. We can see there's a quantity of 15 in stock, and we can see it's just created it in an unspecified warehouse. So let's go and receive the item in. So we're receiving it into our secondary warehouse, our delivery warehouse. And we can see now that's at a received status. So if we came back into this transfer list, clicked on search, we can see the item's no longer there. It's completed essentially. So it's at a received status. We can always review these. If we click on the also show me received, okay, click on search, so we can see the fully received transfer, and we can see the received quantities. If we go on then view balances, we can see the in-transit warehouse is still there, but then it's transferred the stock into our warehouse. If we go and view our history, we can see the allocation. So it's created an internal allocation. So it's allocated the stock, so it's ring-fenced that stock, nobody can use that stock, and it's transferred it into the in-transit warehouse, then out of the in-transit warehouse.